folks, welcome back to the channel on this very windy, cold February day. We're in the middle of Storm Darcy at the moment, so although we're down here in the southwest, we're still getting a bit of a battering, and it's cold. Today's little project is going to be a lump of cherry. I'll show it you in a minute. And what I've done, it was a trunk of a cherry. The only thing I've done so far is split it down the middle. There's a lot of rot in this cherry, and today's little sojourn into wood turning is to sort of hopefully show that you shouldn't just dismiss a piece of wood just because it doesn't look very good. So I'll show you the bit of wood, show you what we've got, and then we'll try and do something with it. It's something. It's going to be a bowl, because that's, you know, there's a big piece of it missing because of the rot, so that will become part of the bowl. I'll show you the bit of wood. Right, here we go. It is a big lump of cherry, 11ish inches by 11ish inches by about 6 inches. We've got a branch coming off there, a bit of a branch coming off there. It was part of the trunk, and what I've done so far is with a chainsaw split it along the grain and down there, and as you can see we've got this lovely area of rot. Better if you could see it, I suppose. There you go. Bit of an odd shape as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fix it onto a faceplate and turn this so it's relatively whatever, and start putting the bowl shape in. I must get better with this camera, blimey. And just see how we go from there, really. Right, it's well out of balance at the moment, and I can only just about get 300, just over 300 RPM, so it's going to be hard work. I could take a couple of bits off with a chainsaw, but I suppose technically it's a turning video, not a chainsawing video, so we'll see how we get on anyway. Well, that's going to take a while, so I'll get back to you when I'm a bit closer. Right, it's starting to get a little bit of shaping on the outside here. Still wildly out of balance, so it's still giving me a good old battering. But, I just thought I'd show you where I'm at the moment. And I shall get back to being beaten up. No set plans with taking the bark off or leaving the bark on. I think most of it will fall off anyway by the time it's machined down. That area may remain. But trying to get it into balance really. Just clean off the bottom a little bit. It's a bit shallower than it was. I had to take a lot of bark off. I was going to put a tenon on there. I think I still will put a tenon on there because it catch. There's a good section there. That's not too thick now, that bark bit, so there should be some wood under there. And hopefully there'll be a bit under there. All good fun this, isn't it? Yeah, it's pretty much a 90% contact around there, so that's fine for the tenon. Well, I'm getting it roughly to the shape I'm after. Do a little bit more, take a bit more of this belly out, take that across. Right, I've got roughly the shape I want, and I'm now going to run down through some grits. I'm going to start with 60 grit because A, it's a bit of a rough piece, and B, it's quite wet, so it helps if you start on a slightly higher or lower grit depending on your view. On it. Right, it's just about ready for a coat. I'm going to dig out in here first by the looks of it. See if we can get rid of some of this stuff, dirt and stuff. There we go. I'm going to get in all of these areas first with the sealer, and then I'll do a coat over the lot. Until I've hollowed out, there's not much point doing anything in there, but I will do it when it's hollowed out. I'm sure you probably guessed that actually. I'm just rambling at the moment. Right, here we are, all turned round. Well, turned round in the lathe, I haven't actually turned the thing round. Yeah. I'm going to start hollowing out. That's going to be interesting because obviously when I come round to these bits it's going to want to do that, so I've got to be a little bit careful. Right, that's it from a turning point of view, I think. I'm just going to tidy up this outer rim. Should have done that before actually. I'm scraping just there, I think. Right. Put that down there for a minute. Yeah, there's a lot of should have dealt with that first, really. Oh well, can't be helped. But that there, certainly for the moment, is the finished article. I'm going to get some sander in the drill on that and do that. A bit weak there, but that's alright, that. I quite like that. Right, bit of sanding then. Right, well apparently it's very nearly the 14th of February, which is usually marked as Valentine's Day. So I've done a sudden change of design, and I've put a little heart in the middle of it. Isn't that sweet? So it's just actually a little bit of strip wood, bit of pine, and I've set that in epoxy, and I'm now just going to smooth out these edges, get it all sanded down, and see about getting some finish on it. Right, down to a bit of sanding now. I'm going to do that on the bench, so I'll get back to you. Right, eventually after many hours the epoxy has actually gone off. We had a bit of a cold spell and that affected the epoxy. It's also a little bit cloudy, but I don't know if that's the epoxy or the cold weather. I think it might be the epoxy actually, but still, never mind. Right, I've got some 1500 grit abrasive. I'm just going to give it a quick wipe down with that. It's had 2 coats of sanding sealer on there, so I'm going to do it a quick wipe over with this, and then we'll put some wood wax 22 on it, and I'm going to try and keep away from the epoxy centerpiece. Right, quick wipe off with DNA. Right, let's get some wood wax on it. Right, that's not come out too badly. So if the weather had been good, it would have been a Valentine's gift. And it still will be, but I did have to go and spend some money on flowers and chocolates. What I'll do is flip it round in a second and take off the tenner. I also need to polish the outside as well. I haven't done that. Right, I'm just about to chop through the final little knob on the base there. I'll do that and show you what we've got. There we go, I'll just trim that off, sand that off. Right folks, here we go. This is my offering to good old Saint Valentine. I know it's a couple of weeks late, but unfortunately that not down to me, that is down to the epoxy not going on. But here we go, it's a live natural edged cherry bowl with a white wood heart in the middle, which is encapsulated in apparently epoxy, and it's finished with wood wax 22. Forgive the pun, but I've pretty much lost heart with this particular project because of what's been going on with the epoxy. I've had 3 or 4 fills that actually haven't gone off at all. I know the weather's got something to do with it, but it hasn't got that much to do with it. Anyway, there you go. Thanks very much for watching. I'd just like to say a great big thank you to all of my subscribers. Subscriber count seems to be going up, so I must be doing something right, even if I don't think I am. But thank you very much, one and all.